All right, welcome back to your first Chrono Trigger speedrun. We are now in the end of time and ready to go on. We've got these portals. You can't really do anything with them yet, so we're gonna go over here. We're gonna open the door. We're gonna restore HP and MP with the bucket. And then we're gonna come over here and talk to the old dude. Gonna turbo through the dialogue here, but they're basically saying you can only have 3 people in a party, blah, blah, blah. Who's gonna stay? And then as soon as they're like, one of us remain, who will it be, Chrono? You just hit cancel, because the default party is our 3 magic users. Robo will not be able to use magic. But he will be in the party a lot coming up. All right, the guy finishes talking to you, and you can do this. Potentially, you could just try to leave the room, and he'll say, hey. But the faster thing to do is come up to the Lavos bucket, which sounds scary, and try to hit it, and then he says, hey, and then you go back to him and talk to him again. And then he says, hey, don't be in a rush, check out the door in the back. So that's when we can go in and see Specchio. All right, so we got Specchio here. If this is your first time speedrunning, you may not have seen Specchio at this level. This is his lowest level. Usually when you're casually playing, he's the little white dude instead, because you've probably gotten some levels to get here. So we're gonna get our magic. So to get the magic, you gotta walk around the room 3 times. The triggers, I believe, are like right by the door here. And then I think each corner area. And so we'll go through 3 times. One thing to note, you can sometimes get a really slow walk here on this wall. Grin and bear it, because if you mess up the rotation, then you can potentially, he'll just be like, no cheating or whatever. Okay, we had a couple dialogue boxes here. Chrono's gonna get one, Marley's gonna get one, Luca's gonna get one. And then the next dialogue box is him asking, do you want to try them out? And we don't want to try them out, but the default is yes. So the safe thing is just to wait for the dialogue box to populate and then hit down and hit no. As you get more used to it, I like to, once I see the dialogue box start to populate, I hit the A button to make it fully there, and then I hit no. So yeah, I see how it like popped up sooner. So yeah, so we don't want to fight him. If you do end up fighting him, it's not the end of the world. Again, time loss. You do want to use magic effects on him as much as possible to win. Just a note. But yeah, we're gonna say no. One more dialogue, and then we're out of here. Now leaving the room, I feel like it gets kind of awkward, so I tend to like come down here. Like I come left, then like rub up against the wall, and then it comes down here, and then that gets me straight out of here. So the old guy says hey again, but we're gonna ignore him, and we're going straight to 1000 AD. And this will go to see Melchior in the Medina village. Try to leave, and then they'll have a little conversation telling you about the town. And then you leave. Now, before we go see Melchior, we want to pop into the Elder's house. And we're going to grab a speed capsule on the kitchen counter. Up to the bedroom, and we grab a magic capsule. Then we go see Melchior. All right, I like to pop into Melchior and just start turboing him. And then you turbo right into buying the Crimson Blade, which is what we want. And then I pop right down into mid potion. And then I max out with however many. It should be 10 seems like a lot. Usually I think on a regular run it's like 7. We probably missed some encounter, or did we take any extra encounters? I don't know. 10 seems like a lot. I think it's like 6 or 7 mid potions, but I usually expect here at max. But yeah, just max it out. Should also mention, when in shops, actually any menus in Chrono, don't hold down because it's slow. it's faster to just actually tap, 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 tap. So on any menus. And then from here we can go straight to the equip menu in the shop menu. We're gonna go Crimson Blade, Titanium Vest, which we picked up in the factory. So it gets Chrono all good to go. Gonna pop out, gonna pop back in, up to settings, battle speed, back to 4. And here we're gonna stay at 4 for a while. And then, Melchior tried to talk to us. When you leave, he'll try to say, hey, if you want to return, go through the cave in the mountains. And that's where we're going. Okay, the Heckran Cave. As soon as we get in here, you get an encounter. Chrono should be on tech already. So it's kind of nice. So you should be able to pop right into Chrono's tech, and you want Wind Slash. These guys are resistant to physical, and so Wind Slash is just faster than Lightning. Lightning would work here too. In fact, is it the same amount of MP? I think it is. One thing to note though, before you pop into Chrono's menu, make sure that Luca gets her ATB as well, because we're going to do that same thing where we're letting the animation play out and then inputting the next input. So we're going to go Wind Slash, going to pop over to Luca and then get into her ATB weight, Flamethrower, and then Auto Battle. Let's say if you pop into this too soon, actually I didn't get it that time. Let's see if I can pop into it too soon. Or I can auto battle. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. If the game crashes or you close the game, remember, auto battle is not on. So do not automatically pop it off. So here, if you Wind Slash, you're actually, Luca doesn't have ATB here, so we're kind of waiting. So yeah, meanwhile, he gets a hit off. So that's why it's nice to do the full on, you wait just a second for Luca to get her ATB. And then pop into the menu, Wind Slash, pop over, Flamethrower. And then before anything can happen, like the guard, they're both dead, so. Now we just learned Antipode Bomb, which is a tech, magic tech. We are gonna grab that ether. We're gonna skip this, or we're gonna escape this encounter. There's a few encounters in here you can't skip, and that's one of them. So yeah, we're gonna just escape any encounters we can't skip. We grab that ether, and then at the bottom of the stairs is a skip encounter, so it can be a little deceiving. Because if you're running, you can run right into it. So there's something about, yeah, you can go right, left over from there. It has to be right at the bottom of the stairs. If you run too far, then you'll get it. And then you're just waiting for these guys to show up. So yeah, anyways, how it should be done is you come down here, and if you're quick about it, I like to, I don't know, how do I do it? I've gotten to a point where I kind of just, as soon as I see the bottom of the stairs, it's like, we are left. And then straight down from here, that's the nice thing, you're left all the way, straight down all the way, and then you can go left here, right to the chest, turbo mash, and then up into the next encounter. So yeah, we do grab that mid-ether. This chest we don't have to get. It's kind of out of the way, so don't worry about it. It's an extra ether. On some routes you might see me grab it. This one we're just going to come straight down, get the encounter. Seeing Chrono get hit a lot on this, so before the next boss, keep that in mind. Yeah, before the next boss, you might want to use a tech aura from Marley on Chrono, or anybody else who got maybe hit a lot before Heckran. Okay, this is bat skip. You can see these bats up to the left. There's two ways to do this. I think... Oh, they don't even show pictures of it in the notes anymore. I swear they did back in the day. I think you... one of them to do this is like that. So basically, you come up to the top of the stairs, and then you kind of rub down diagonal, and then you can come around and skip them that way. That's the one I learned on, but then there's this one that's a little bit harder, but you can kind of rub up against the top part there too. But it's hard because you kind of get stuck right here, and so if you're not careful, you can get the encounter just like by going too far out. Like right, where is it? Where is it? Like right there, yeah. Anyways, that's your two choices, down or up. This one's easy. We're just off to the right here to avoid that gin bottle encounter. And then here, we just come down through here and up through here. Okay, so this is right the room before the boss. This is a good spot to like double check our health. It looks like only Chrono got hit, so we're just going to aura him once, and we're going right into Heckran. Heckran is sometimes a pain in the butt. He can potentially one round someone if he decides that his first 3 attacks are going on the same person. Sometimes Chrono can survive that. Most of the time not. So yeah, keep that in mind. Yeah, as the notes say, you're just going to be doing lightning, antipode bomb, lightning, antipode bomb. You're going to try to get another lightning off before his first cycle is over. In between each cycle, he does a counterattack thing where he's like, I dare you to hit me kind of thing. And so you don't want to hit him. Do not take him up on his dare. Because he will do a water 2 counterattack, and it's pretty devastating to the party at this level. So, cycle 2, it's again lightning antipode bomb, lightning antipode bomb. But this time, you're going to want Chrono to be ready to mid-potion the person who got hit with the cyclone. With his little, we call it a cyclone, his little cyclone attack. Because he often, very often, will hit the same person twice with the cyclone. So that's why we do this in this strat, is the cycle 2, Chrono heals whoever got cycloned. And then you get one more antipode bomb off before he goes into his counterattack stance again. Then the final cycle is just we switch to Wind Slash instead of Lightning on Chrono. You could stick with Lightning, it's just fine. Wind Slash just has a slightly faster animation, but it does less damage. So it also just depends on how much damage you're doing and other situations like that. But yeah, let me show you how the fight goes, and let's see how Heckran's feeling today. So I'm coming into Lightning, immediately coming into Antipode Bomb. He'll probably get his first attack off. Lightning again. Probably get another attack off. At least he's spreading out the damage. Alright, Antipode Bomb. He's gonna do a little Cyclone thing. It's on Chrono. And then... Okay, here's where I wasn't fast enough. Ideally, you turbo Lightning on him before he hits the counterattack stance, but if you're feeling slow, if you're not sure, don't do it, because this is the problem here. So during this counterattack situation, we're gonna heal. I like to primarily have Chrono and Luca healing, and try to keep Marley on tech, because then I can kind of mash right into her tech. But yeah, so in this case, we're mid-potioning. And then we're going to potion Luca just because she didn't get hit very much. Alright, then we're waiting for the stands to go away. And I can like turbo right into lightning antipode bomb. Lightning antipode bomb. And then we're gonna get ready to mid potion with Chrono. Nice, we were pretty quick. Okay, so it's on him, so we're gonna do this. Antipode bomb. Somebody else is gonna get a cyclone. I don't think oh yeah, I think I have time to get one more lightning in since I missed it. And he killed Marley, which is unfortunate. So he did hit her twice. If he hit Chrono, Marley, and then Marley again. So there's 3 attacks there. We can save the person that's more likely to happen, where the first 2 attacks go to the same person. It's less likely that this happens where he attacks the same person on the second and third attack. But again, since I didn't get that lightning off on the first round, I'm going to get it off here before he goes into his counterattack stance. And then we're just going to res up. And then heal up. And then do the final round. Okay, we're going to switch to Wind Slash and then right into Antipode Bomb. Wind Slash, and then before we get the next Antipode Bomb off, he's going to do his thing. Luca's a little slow here, so just keep that in mind. Just pop into Marley's tech menu and just auto battle for the animation, and then pop out, pop back in. And this should kill, but once in a while, if something happened, if you didn't get the right damage in there, it might not kill. So be prepared to continue if that's the case there. Yeah, that's the Heckran fight. It's ideally it's a 3 cycle, but if something goes wrong here, it's okay if it goes into a 4 cycle. You can still make that fight happen. Yeah, the key there is like trying to get that last lightning in at the end of the first cycle, and if you don't fit it in, you can get it on the second cycle. Okay. We're out of the Heckran cave. Okay, first things first, we're back in our own time. We're gonna go to Luca's house. And you'll notice that her dad's not down here, so we're gonna go up to see her mom. And her dad's gonna come up and see her mom, so we're kind of getting out of his way. As soon as he passes us, we're gonna head towards the door, but don't leave the room until his first text box. If you leave the room before his first text box, you gotta come back and do this again. But after his text box, if you leave the room and you come down here, he's suddenly downstairs. And then you can get a Taven's Vest for Luca from him. That's all we're doing there. The Taven's Vest is pretty nice. It does, it gives her some speed and halves fire damage. It's kind of a big deal. We're not gonna put it on yet right now. But we're just gonna go right to the fair. And then we're gonna go fight Gato. On the way to fighting Gato, we can eat the chicken lunch. Obviously, we didn't want to do that during the first part of the story because, that would have consequences in the trial. But as far as we are concerned now, the trial's over, we don't care. So we're gonna go fight Gato. We're gonna fight Gato 3 times. And the reason is we're going to get enough silver points to get a Chrono clone for much later in the game, obviously. But since this is kind of en route, it makes sense like this is the time to do it. So we're just going to do this 3 times. Be careful too, if you're too fast, you can leave the room before you get your points sometimes. So yeah, just wait out the music and the dialogue. Okay, there's our 3 times. And we're gonna leave through Luca's experimental portal here. And this obviously connects us up with 600 AD. And so we now end up at the end of time. And we start seeing kind of portals connect up here. We're not gonna waste any time, we're gonna go right to 600 AD. We have to have a, you know what, if you didn't get bird skip the first try, this is the second of 3 times total I think we'll have to do it on this run. So let's try to get it. There we go. Bird skip. Okay, this time when we're coming into 600 AD, do not forget to go to the bridge first before you go to the castle. So go to the bridge, talk to the captain. He basically says something about food, needing food supplies. Can you go to the castle? If you don't do that, nothing at the castle is gonna work for you, and you're gonna feel really bad having to walk all the way, doing the walk of shame all the way back to the guard. All right, standard stuff here, same skips as before. We're walking in here. And we're gonna go to the right, and we're gonna go down to the basement where the kitchen is. And you're gonna come right down to the chef. Now you can accidentally talk to the wrong people here. You'll know it's the chef when it says Master of Kitchens. So turbo through it, try to come up here again. The dialogue isn't finished when you could leave this room, and so you have to wait until this text box. And it has to be, let's try this. I believe that text box has to go away. Yeah, so here, he should have run after us, so he didn't run after us. So we gotta go do it again. So you don't wanna leave the room too soon. You have to wait till that text box where it says, mind your own business. That dialogue box has to go completely away. If you're just a pixel off from it disappearing, like, it's not gonna work. Okay. So here he should chase after us this time. And then he'll give you the jerky to give to the troops, and then he'll give you a strength capsule as well. Alright, back through the forest, same way. And we're gonna do a menu before we go into the bridge. Oh, here we go. Back to the bridge. No, it is here. Okay. Yeah, so before we go in the bridge, we're gonna do a equip on Luca. So she's got a new gun finally. Her air gun sucks. And then her new Tabin's vest, which is amazing. Gives her speed, among other things. And then we're gonna pop out back in. We're gonna do strength capsule on Chrono, magic on Luca, and speed on Luca. So now Luca's finally getting some speed in the game. Note, you don't have to shelter here because we just ate the chicken lunch, basically. Okay, we're gonna pop in. I like to kind of slightly come above this guard and then push down on him and then talk to him, so that he's not in the way when you want to go left. So this guy will come talk and then run away. That's your cue to stop talking to the guard. If you keep talking to him, he will keep talking to you, and he will give you a golden helm. But it's time loss. Like, we're not going to use the golden helm on this route, so it's better to just to go left. So these 2 Aussie fights here. This one will be 2 text boxes before the battle fights. Before the battle starts. And then all we're going to do is hit left, attack, left, attack, left, attack. Attack, left, attack, left, attack, left. Because if you hit Aussie 3 times, then you don't have to fight the skeletons, they just disappear, so. Now you can auto battle in between here, but keep in mind you could potentially auto battle Marley when she comes through, and if it auto battles, it does not hit Ozzy. So this part's really annoying. You if you come straight through here, you get stuck. So there's like just a little bit of a clip down, and that'll do it. Sometimes you come too far down, you're stuck there. So it's just like a little clip down. It's kind of hard to get right. So sometimes it's like a down and then an up, and that's fine too. One text box here, or no, I guess. Oh, because Marley said wait up. Okay. I thought it was just one text box here. Anyways, a couple text boxes. Oh, that's the text box. All right, same thing. Attack left, attack left. You can auto battle the animations. Just leave room for Marley to get her ATB. Okay, now at the end of this fight, don't move. We got one more quick menu before we fight Zombor. So we're gonna go to Text, we're gonna go to Aura, we're gonna Aura Chrono, we're gonna Aura Luca. We're not Aura-ing Marley, because she's not gonna be in this fight. So we're gonna pop out, we're gonna pop back in, we're gonna party, and we're bringing Robo back in here. And he's still on Berserk. So this fight uses Robo Berserk strats. And anytime you use Robo Berserk strats, there's a chance that it's not going to go the way you want it to go. So keep that in mind. Things to know about Zombor is the head is immune to lightning and fire? No, yeah, lightning and fire. And then the butt is immune to ice and something else, I guess. So what we try to do is we try to kill the head first, and we'll use Cyclone on Chrono. We'll use just attacking with Luca, and then Robo's gonna pick a target, either hit the head or the butt. We want Robo to hit the head. We don't want Robo to hit the butt. If the butt dies before the head starts going death, 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 AoE everybody. So most likely we will see a death, death, death once, and we can recover. If we get two, we die. So yeah, we want the head to die as fast as we can. When the head dies, it does an MP bust. So whoever's hit with that, you're just gonna have them attack because they don't have any MP. But otherwise, Chrono and Luca, once the head is dead, Chrono can wind slash for damage, and Luca can fire for damage, which will both do better damage than attacking. So let's see how Robo's feeling today. I like to say, Robo, don't hit the butt. If we're gonna start cycloning, which will hit both head and the butt, but if Robo hits the butt twice, that's my rule. If Robo hits the butt twice, I'm gonna stop cycloning because I don't want the butt to die first. And so I'm gonna start just attacking the head until we get what we want out of this. All right, let's do it. Oh, I should mention that during this fight, you can choose to be safe, and you can choose to take risks. After death, death, death especially, it's good idea to mid potion both Chrono and Luca, and Robo if needed. Yeah, just keep that in mind. On a best fight, you won't have to heal, but not always the case. All right, so we're cycloning. Robo's hitting the butt. Luca's hitting the head. I'm gonna cyclone again. Okay, Robo hit the butt twice, so now I'm gonna attack with Chrono instead of cyclone. Because he's just, oh my god. He's just out for the butt, man. Okay, there's death, death, death. probably should heal at some point here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to heal now. Okay, at least he like... Okay, nice. He critted the head. He crit the head. He got the MP bust. That's like the best situation. So now we can actually fire and wind slash to kill. Chrono's still low, or Robo's still low health here, but it's most likely fine. Alright, all in all, decent Zombor fight. Can be a little scary once Robo starts hitting the butt a lot, especially if he starts critting the butt. But honestly, I've only had Zombor in like hundreds of runs. I've only had Zombor... I've only had the butt die before the head maybe once, if that. So it's not, as long as you play it right, it'll be okay. But yeah, definitely heal up more so if things are looking bad, kind of thing. Also, if you die to this fight, the autosave is at the beginning of the bridge, so you have to do all the extra fights again before coming to here, and then the menu and everything. So, but yeah, from there we are in the city of, well, what is this considered poor? No, this is, I don't know. I don't remember if this is called poor or not. Poor is really down south, but we're down in the south part of the continent. The first thing we're gonna do is go to the market, and we are gonna sell a bunch of stuff. So we're gonna sell all the mid-ethers we picked up. All the ethers we picked up. Looks like we just picked up one. Almost all the weapons. You gotta be careful here. We're gonna sell all the weapons except for the air gun. That'll come in much later in the run. It'll make a lot of sense, but for now we're just gonna keep holding on the air gun. Silver sword. Now buy. We're gonna come down to shelter. We're gonna buy 11 shelters, 21 Athenians, 11 panaceas, and then max out mid potions. And yeah, you should have like 40 or 50 if you picked up all the mid ethers and all the equipment and stuff that we expect up to this point. And so yeah, we're spending all our money at this point to have mid potions. Then we're gonna come over here, and then you're gonna shelter, and then that is that concludes this portion, I think. The next we'll be going up to the Dendero Mountains to figure out the Mazamune situation. So yeah, have fun.